leaning towards. Guys ready? I'd like to welcome everyone to this regular town council meeting held in council chambers. We also are via Zoom. Madam Clerk, can I have a roll call, please?
Counselor Bragdon,
Present.
Counselor Danforth. Here. Chair Dumais,
Here?
Council Madore,
Here.
Council McGowan,
She is excused.
Councilor Pelletier.
Here. Thank you. If you would all join me and remove your caps and recite the pledge of allegiance.
I apologize, Councilor Higgins.
Present via Zoom.
Thank you.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Mr. Manager, are there any adjustments to the agenda?
One addition for number 185. Approval of grant.
Thank you. Can I get a motion to approve the minutes?
So moved.
Motion made by Councilor Bragdon.
Second.
Seconded by Councilor Dan Fulworth. Council discussion on the order. Council discussion. Okay, no, that's what we're on.
Apologies. For the minutes dated April 13th, I was not present. That was one that I was excused. So if you just make note of that. And then on the back page under Chair Committee Reports, I provided a written report for Councilor Pelletier to read on my behalf. Thank you.
Thank you, Council Danforth. Any other council comment?
Yes, I did make an adjustment after the April 20th were dispersed. I made an error in the audit on page 2, number 109. So that has been adjusted to read correct as budgeted for 20,000.
Thank you for your honesty, Madam Clerk.
You're welcome.
That's gonna be all over Facebook. Any other public comment? Seeing none. Back to the council. All those in favor? Oh. Council Higgins, Council Danforth. Council Madore.
Aye.
Council Bragdon.
Aye.
Council Pelletier.
Aye.
Chair Dumais is an aye, the 6-0 vote. Thank you for that reminder. Moving on to the town manager's report.
Thank you. So most have caught on that the bridge Tom Scott Avenue to Iron Bridge Road has been closed until further. The replacement of that bridge been in the works for well over a year at this point. However, due to another recent inspection of the from the Maine Department of Transportation, it's deemed unsafe traffic. So with the Public Works Director and Public Health and Safety Officer, put a plan together and advertised in advance of the closure and closed on July 7th. We are working with the project engineer. We all along with Oliver Associates. There's some grant funding involved and there's some local funding that has been allocated from our previous fiscal year. So we're looking at an alternative right now. Other ways from the original design that we can place that bridge possibly sooner. Had a heck of a time finding the actual material to replace the culvert itself that fit the obligations of state grant that we had. I believe it was EA grant. I think it was through the EA that was going to help us do. So we have a couple of options looking at there to try to speed that process along. The only reason it hasn't been completed, material to do the job. So got some detour signs up to show anyone who's not familiar with that area, how to get out and around to that neighborhood. And we'll provide updates as they come. So, message to the community, just be patient. We're certainly are safer alternative routes to that neighborhood. That are out there. Just a reminder that the revaluation team will be hitting the streets next couple of weeks. They will have Millinocket identifiers on their vehicles. They'll have ID badges on person. They will working through all properties throughout the town, documenting the measurement of the various structures, updating any necessary information that's missing from our current property cards. Properties. They will be knocking on each door in an attempt to learn more about the interior of the house. They will have a list of predetermined questions. We hope that folks will participate in answering those questions. Pertains to any sort of updates that's gone on the interior of the house. They will not be, entering the house to tour the interior. But certainly answering those questions will help the team get a more accurate, information and be able to more accurate value that home, so we can get everybody adjusted as fairly as we can. We still expect that to take place over 2 summers, so it's likely that the information rates would be in April 25 commitment. We did close on the Elks Land on June 30th, so we're glad to see that process come to an end, and now we can switch into research, study, and development phase on that. So to get going on some of those projects related to that property soon. That was a lengthy process. Started well before my time here, so glad to see that come to a close. I do want to offer thanks to everybody who was involved with the planning and implementation of the 4th of July activities. I think that everything went off mostly very well and very well attended. Certainly received a lot of compliments from community members and lots of comments of appreciation, to be shared with folks that actually did the work and planned. I was able to enjoy quite a bit of it with my family and others. Same thing. I will say that the condition of the front of our building 4th of July festivity, glad we got it in the shape it's in before the big weekend. Great. I'm going to end on this type of I received an update from our tax collector this morning with a reminder to the community. The lien process will start and be filed with the registry for unpaid taxes in the next week. So there are currently 109 accounts that remain unpaid. So if any of those accounts are able to come in here and get paid up between now and that day, certainly encourage that. I think it's safe to say that's higher than average. Would I be accurate on that, Diana? Is it really this time of year? Okay. Well, thank you for that. Sure. So that is just a reminder to those in the community who may have received those calls or letters in the mail. That process does start next week. That's all I have this evening. No questions.
Any questions or comments for the manager's report from the council? Seeing none, down to the public. Also seeing none. Thank you, Mr. Manager. Order number 177-2023. Council Madore, would you please read?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Order 177-2023, providing for the execution of the warrant for July 13th, 2023. Ordered the town warrant for July 13th, 2023, the amount of $153,862.72 hereby approved.
Second.
Motion made by Council Madore, seconded by Council Bragdon. Council discussion on the order. Any heavy hitters?
And we got we have 21,683.65. That's the municipal association. That is our work comp. 37,714.86. That is our hydrant rental. And 5,100 our HR Smith and Company. That has to do with our audit. Also, we have, of course, a couple of big ones here. $55,495.74. That's goes to Bangor Saving. That is loan payment, Katahdin. And $19,859.36, and that is the Lockett Memorial Library. That is per our contract.
Thank you, Council Madore. Any other council comment? Seeing none, down to the public. Via Zoom. Back to the council. Council Higgins, how do you vote?
Aye.
Council Danforth, Council Madore,
Aye.
Council Bragdon.
Aye.
Council Pelletier.
Aye.
Chair Dumais is an aye, it's 6-0. Order number 178-2023, Council Madore, would you please read?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Order 178-2023, providing for execution of the wastewater for July 13th, 2023. It is ordered the wastewater warrant for July 13th, 2023 in the amount of $1,054.60 is hereby approved.
Second.
Motion made by Council Madore, seconded by Council Danforth. Council discussion on the order, any heavy hitters?
Absolutely none.
Any other council comment? Seeing none, down to the public. Also seeing none via Zoom. Back to the council. Council Higgins, how do you vote?
Aye.
Council Danforth,
Aye.
Council Madore,
Aye.
Council Bragdon.
Aye.
Council Pelletier.
Aye.
Chair Dumais is a 6-0 vote. Order number 183-2023. Council Higgins, would you please read?
Back.
Okay.
You're gonna have to bear with me.
I'm sorry, Council Madore, would you please read?
Order 183-2023, providing for execution of the prior year town warrant for July 13th, 2020. It is ordered the prior year town warrant for July 13th, 2023 in the amount of $70,617.14 is hereby approved.
Second.
Motion made by Council Madore, second by Council Bragdon. Council discussion on the order.
We got a couple of hitters on this one. Of course, $16,504.18. That's for Accent Aviation. That's the fuel airport. $7,955.96. That is the Hogan Tire. Those tires floater. $3,344. Constant Manis. That is for our awnings, our new awnings, and $2,280 Registry of Deeds. That is for.
Thank you. Any other council discussion on the order? Seeing Council Bragdon.
Am I mistaken, or is there a second page with more heavy hitters?
There is. But there is nothing too awfully outstanding except for, there is $12,000 on there. Goes to Stearns High School. That is our electric for our charge for the electric for our recreation department.
Any other council comment? Seeing none, down to the public. Also seeing none via Zoom. Back to the council. Council Higgins, how do you vote?
Aye.
Council Danforth,
Aye.
Council Madore,
Aye.
Council Bragdon.
Aye.
Council Pelletier.
Aye.
Chair Dumais is an aye, 6-0 vote. Council Madore, would you please read order number 184?
I would love to, Mr. Chairman. Council order number 184-2023, providing for the execution of the prior year wastewater warrant for July 13th, 2023. It is ordered the prior year wastewater warrant for July 13th, 2023 in the amount of $17,734.57 hereby approved.
Second.
Motion made by Council Bador, seconded by Council Bragdon. Council Bador.
Oh, got a couple there. $7,950.35. That's Oliver and Associates. That's for the HVAC design. $2,597.46. Pierce Atwood, that is services. And that is all that I have as far as heavy hitters.
Any other council discussion on the order? Seeing none, down to the public. Via Zoom, back to the council. Council Higgins, how do you vote?
Aye.
Council Danforth,
Aye.
Council Madore,
Aye.
Council Bragdon,
Aye.
Council Pelletier.
Aye.
Chair Dumais is an aye, 6-0 vote. All right, let's switch it up a little bit. Council Madore's mouth is probably getting tired.
Oh, just a little dry. Doubtful.
Order number 179, Council Bragdon, would you please read?
Order number 179 twenty twenty-three, providing for approval of an application for a vehicular license for Pomona Motor Lodge. It is ordered that the attached application for a vehicular license is hereby approved for Christopher Carr Consulting Services LLC, business address 973 Central Street, doing business as Pomona Motor Lodge 973 Central Street, Millinocket.
Second.
Motion made by Council Bragdon, seconded by Council Bador. Council discussion on the order. Seeing none, down to the public. Also seeing none via Zoom. Back to the council. Council Higgins, how do you vote?
Aye.
Council Danforth,
Aye.
Council Madore.
Aye.
Council Bragdon.
Aye.
Council Pelletier.
Aye.
Chair Dumais is an aye, it's a 6-0 vote. Order number 180 twenty twenty-three, Council Pelletier, would you please read?
Order number 180 twenty twenty-three, providing for approval of an application for a victualer's license for McDonald's. It is ordered that the attached application for a victualer's license is hereby approved for Ronald Lighting, RC Management LLC, business address 1 Sycamore Drive, doing business as McDonald's of Millinocket, 1 Sycamore Street, Millinocket.
Second.
Motion made by Council Pelletier, seconded by Council Madore. Council discussion on the order. Seeing none, down to the public.
I would just like to address at this time that our victular list is almost complete other than one business, which is Hillcrest Golf Course. So we've done well this year to get them all in.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Any other people from the public? Via Zoom, back to the council. Council Higgins, how do you vote?
Aye.
Council Danforth,
Aye.
Council Madore.
Aye.
Council Bragdon.
Aye.
Council Pelletier.
Aye.
Chair Dumais is an aye, 6-0 vote. I'm missing that. Which out of order? I got it. Order number 181 twenty twenty-three. Council Madore, would you please read?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Order 181 twenty twenty-three, providing for approval of an agreement with the town of East Millinocket to provide recreation services to the town of Millinocket. It is ordered that the Millinocket Town Council grants approval to enter into an agreement with the town of East Millinocket to provide management services for the Millinocket Recreation Department, with said agreement to be effective from July 1st, 2023, and remain in effect for a period of 1 year until June 30th, 2024, at a contracted cost of $39,800.
Second.
Motion made by Council Madore, seconded by Council Danforth. Council discussion on the order. Seeing none, down to the public. Via Zoom. Back to the council. Council Higgins, how do you vote?
Aye.
Council Danforth,
Aye.
Council Madore,
Aye.
Council Bragdon,
Aye.
Council Pelletier.
Aye.
Chair Dumais is an aye, 6-0 vote. Order number 182 twenty twenty-three, Council Bragdon, would you please read?
Order number 182 twenty twenty-three, providing for approval aerial lift truck bid. It is ordered that the Millinocket Town Council accept the attached bid submitted by Raymond Bucket Guys, RGB Inc. for a 2022 Ford F-350 equipped with an aerial lift. Note, this was the only bid received and is slightly under budget from what was approved to be included in the fiscal year 24 capital budget for this equipment purchase.
Second.
Second.
Motion made by Council Bragdon, seconded by Council Higgins. by a nose.
That's fine.
Council discussion on the order. Seeing none. Down to the public. Via Zoom. Back to the council. Council Higgins, how do you vote?
Aye.
Council Danforth,
Aye.
Council Bendora,
Aye.
Council Bragdon,
Aye.
Council Pelletier,
Aye.
Chair Dumay is an aye, 6-0. Order number 185-2023, Council Danforth, would you please read?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, order number 185-2023, providing for approval of grant application. Whereas the administration in partnership with Architecton seeks to submit an application to the Maine Department of Transportation for grant funding, the purpose of which is to extend the walking path into the One North site and through the proposed historic district. It is ordered that the Millinocket Town Council approves the submission of the attached application to July 14th, 2023.
Second.
Motion made by Council Danforth, seconded by Council Madore. Any council discussion on the order? Seeing none, down to the public. Via Zoom, back to the council. Council Higgins, how do you vote?
Aye.
Council Madore,
Aye.
Council Danforth,
Aye.
Council Pelletier,
Aye.
Council Bragdon,
Aye.
Chair Dumay is a 6-0 vote. Reports and communications, warrant committee for July 27th, 2023 will be council, and the council meeting will be Council Madore and Councilor McGlaughlin. Okay. Chair committee reports. Council Pelletier.
Apologies from the Charter Review Committee for the abrupt cancellation of the last meeting on, I believe it was the 5th. And we had an illness. I replaced that vital person. So our next meeting is also rescheduled due to some council training. It'll be on Tuesday, the day before the scheduled day. Tuesday, July 18th at 4:30 in the manager's office. Thank you.
Thank you, and I would like to be the first to welcome you back as well, Council Pelletier. And
As a married man.
as a married man, congratulations. Any other chair committee reports?
Just one thing, Mr. Chairman, if I could, real quickly. I don't know if any of you had a chance to look at Maine Townsend last issue, but it talks about the aesthetics of public works and positive impact landscaping within a community. And I think it's a very interesting read, and I think it's a topic that probably is a little bit too late for this season for Millinocket as far as trying to move forward this year. But certainly next year with talking about the budget and everything else, talking about trying to do a bit of beautification of the area and projects done, I think that discussion needs to be had. And like I say, I encourage the councilors to read the article that actually is very good, and I think it ties in very much with what Millinocket would like.
And that's in the what publication?
This is in the Maine Town and City.
Thank you. Any other chair committee reports? Just wanted to touch base with the manager. The events committee is being dissolved. Are you in the loop of that? Spoke with the CID today and I was aware that you were.
Yes,
Okay, do you want to?
Yeah, I'm
describe how
aware
that's gonna be, briefly describe how that's gonna be handled throughout? Or would you like to do that at a later time?
I mean, yes, I'll take that. My understanding is that take the work of that committee at an internal group, staff level to provide same types of events, funds as budget throughout the budget. Yeah, a small work group of staff kind of by the initiative director and then also supported by some of the regular volunteer activity that we have. So, I think this will just probably make things a lot easier, a little more streamlined. Probably create the same level of service that has been available.
Thank you very much. I imagine that at some capacity, former Chief Malcolm will be involved with that.
Very much so. Very much. So.
All right, with that, looking for a motion?
Minutes.
Oh, 2-minute public comment. It's your time. Seeing none. I'm looking for a motion.
So moved.
Motion made by Council Madore,
Second.
seconded by Council Pelletier. Council Higgins, how do you vote?
He's muted.
He's muted, but.
So aye.
Majority.
Aye.
Thank you, Council Higgins. Council Danforth.
Aye.
Council Madore.
Aye.
Council Bragdon.
Nay.
Council Pelletier.
Aye.
Chair Dumais is an aye as well, 5-1. Have a good evening.